Let's go for a walk. Yesterday was a relatively okay day. The meeting last night was special teams was Dutch. We broke into defense and they started in English, but then the D-line and the O-line, a lot of them had overlap, but it's not completely all the players. So yeah, the few that were playing both sides were in defense first, got what their stuff was doing, and that was all in Dutch. And then like the very little middle part was in English. And I heard the ever-present phrase, "Oh, well, Theo's here, so I'll do it in English." And it's not even becoming a tip of the hat saying anymore. And then last night, like the rest of the thing went on, and I'm still watching what's going on. They're talking about, and little hash marks on the screen, and they're talking about positions. And like I said, when it comes to American football, they do relatively talk, and I can guess at what's going on and still understand, because they're utilizing a lot of American football words, which even with a Dutch accent, it makes sense because I've listened to them say these words in practice and stuff and in games. I get it, but it's still, sometimes when they start talking amongst themselves in Dutch, I can't follow. And I have a choice. Do I speak up and say something, or do I suffer in silence? Not Google Maps. So many people so many effing expats, so many effing students are like, "Oh, it's a Google car. Oh, it's the Apple Maps car." I'm like, it's literally on the side of the car says Gemeente Amsterdam Parkeren Controle. It's not Google Maps. They don't know. And much like I was talking about yesterday, I'm getting lumped in with dumb Americans. And maybe I am one. Side note, press conference last night didn't really do much. Like, we're gonna have to be required after the 6th to wear face masks, perhaps on indoor locations. They haven't really brought back the anderhalve meter rule. And we're gonna have to utilize our vaccination thing or have a negative test result to play in games. Completely understandable. They've been doing that in Germany for this whole last season. I don't know why we hadn't, because we're special. But I'm not just walking to like Bob Harmslaan. I'm actually walking all the way to Albertheim, because the leg is feeling on orders of magnitude better. And I say orders of magnitude because it's not like 10 times better, because how do you get back to 0 when you're supposed to go from when you're decreasing with a pain level of 10, and 10, if it's down at an 8, and then it's down at a 7, and then it's down at a 5, and then a 3, and then a 1, and then a half. You see what I mean? It's yeah. Not saying that my pain was anywhere close to a 10, but it's that idea. When you're decreasing, your orders of magnitude don't qualify the same. However, this morning I had a crying fit in the middle of Aaron's company meeting, not his contract meeting. It's weird when you're a contractor. He works for a company that contracts him out, so most of the time he's working for the contractor stuff. But on Wednesday, anyways, it's old news to the regular viewers. It wasn't even 5 minutes into the video, and I just felt the overwhelming urge to just fucking cry. And I went into the room and I couldn't handle anymore. I just started crying, and I just felt, and Aaron finally came in at 10 o'clock when the meetings, or not 9:35, whatever, when the meetings were over, and he asked what was wrong, and I was just like, it's just the same old shit. It's the isolation, it's the loneliness. Part of the thing of hearing it practice, well, I'll do it in English because Theo's here. And I'm like, if I'm not here, it's better for everyone else. And and while I do like the fact that we had the call on Monday and explained some things, it still doesn't work quite right. Because it's not like I have a lot of friends and that he and I don't need to be friends. It's the fact that I don't have much anywhere else with people, so I need whatever I can get. But that's just American. I'm scraping for every little thing I have and being grateful for the table scraps I get. That's just irritating me, is that for most of my life, I've had these problems. I'm like a chronic outsider. I'm a chronic outcast. I understand what it's like to be subtly pushed out of a group or not included in a lot of things. I get it. But it seems like many of the people here think that I moved here and started experiencing things like this. I literally live below sea level. I'm wondering, why is there fog over water? Anyways, but yeah, I'm like, this isn't a new thing. And it's like, there's always the binary choice. Do I tell everyone, hey guys, I don't fully speak Dutch, remember I'm here, and constantly bring up that I'm the outsider? Or do I just assimilate into the society? Could people be nicer? Probably. But as has been in my past, they're already being nice. Not only am I the only person on the team that's effectively monolingual, the only person that doesn't have a Dutch passport, I've already got 9 jabillion fucking reasons to feel like an outsider on this team. And it just feels like all the time. Some days it consumes me, and I feel like, and I've come to the realization that if I don't have football here, I will have nothing else. I have nothing else. I have my vlogs, but without football, there's no drive to go to the gym. I like it, but there'll be much less reason to go to the gym. My socializing will just plummet through the floor, as you know, and it's already fairly low as is. And my dumb ass is mentally pushing away the expat community because they're a fucking bunch of basic bitches. I wasn't born a basic bitch. I don't have the brain to be a basic bitch. And it's what makes people want to stick around me. They want to stay nearby. They want to watch. They want to get to know more after a fashion, because I am weird. I am different. I don't follow a mold. And that's the thing. You find someone that doesn't fit a mold and you want to try to see if somehow subconsciously you can osmose or your rut that you're in. Someone who's against the grain on everything. But y'all don't think what it's like to be the person that never fits in it. You think it's cool because you're on the bus with me momentarily, and it just, you know what I mean? Part of the issue with like my ness is, like I said, I'm not a basic bitch. I was not born a basic bitch. I was born not following ruts. I get stuck in ruts. I mean, that's just normal human behavior. But overall, I do not naturally conform to many things. I'm the rogue planet, and everybody likes looking at the rogue planet or the interstellar asteroid that comes flying through the solar system every once in a while. And it's cute, and it's amazing, and it's fun, you know? You see someone that doesn't fit the regular mold, and you kind of want to be around them for a little bit, because maybe you can osmose off some of that and pull yourself out of being a normie or whatever you consider close to that. It's nice to find something that's different than the normal. People don't know what it's like to be inside this head constantly. Flying from solar system to solar system, trying to find anything to hold on to. Saying hi as I pass through. Oh, well, you're independent. And there's this thing. The problem with running faster than light is you live completely in darkness. It's a joke from a Vine or something, but, you know, the problem with being different and an outsider is the fact that you have nothing to hang on to. And part of it is I feel like I may even be separating a little bit from Aaron, because last night I realized that despite all this has gone on and all the YouTube I do, I don't function well on Zoom meetings. I got on a Zoom meeting, you know, when we first started moving into the apartment for the Dutch class, the very first class, I had a mental breakdown because there were too many eyes looking at me from the screen, you know? And this doesn't apply on Discord, but like, there's no effective chat channel in the voice channel. I can't type anything. I don't really like talking because I know that microphones pick up my voice weird. This thing does a really good job, but this thing costs 400 euros. This costs as much as a mediocre football helmet. My shoulder pads cost as much as this camera. And that's just, I did not spend that on a webcam. I think Aaron bought that webcam and then said, oh no, I need a better one. And basically left it aside or something like that, you know? And the fact that the meeting takes place in, you know, and I don't know how to make my screen bigger. I don't know how to function group televised meetings like that. I'm fucking 40, we're already past Corona. I don't know how to do this shit. Because I don't have a job, you know? I don't have a corporate job. I don't understand HR lingo and the fake bullshit that happens with it. Well, I'm walking back now. Just getting the exercise in. Going up and over the bridge and stuff qualifies as, you know, going uphill and seeing if, you know, just getting the muscles worked. You guys see? The fog is so low, the frickin' crane is kind of shrouded. Kind of shrouded. I mean, obviously the power thing out there is. What do you do in a country this flat, though? And much like I was talking about, you know, the fact that you don't live inside my head, you don't understand what it's like to float around and not attach onto anything. You know, it just gets drilled home by the, you know, when I'm at the team. When we're in meetings or we're doing a group thing, like, I thank Marcus for, you know, doing all his announcements in English, but sometimes all the rest of them just don't. And should I expect them to? I don't know. It just comes back to the idea of like, oh, is Theo here? Oh, there you are. Yeah, okay, I'll do it in English. And I'm like, thanks for putting the fucking spotlight on me, you know? And it's just sort of like, as they're saying in a chat with someone, they're like, well, they're just being nice. I'm just like, can you imagine hearing, say, something else that makes someone kind of different? Hey, we're outside and you're a ginger. Like, very out loud to the rest of the group. We're gonna be outside for a lot. You're a ginger. You should probably put on some sunscreen. It's not just like on the sun intense days. They say this almost every time. And pretty soon you start hating yourself and realizing that you're the one out. You're the different one. Oh, and other times some people have told me, well, yeah, in the Netherlands we just sort of, we have a saying, and they'll tell me it in Dutch, and it basically means we don't have anything behind what we say. We say what we mean. I'm like, I know, but that's the thing, is I have 20 to 30 years of dealing socially with American culture where they don't mean shit for what they say. There's so much social nuance and sarcasm and insincerity, hear everything, and I have to read into it. Even if someone tells me something flat to my face, that's a red flag that I need to look to a deeper meaning, because nobody's fucking truthful. So when the Dutch tell me something flat to my face, it's mildly a relief and I take it in the moment, but then my brain starts overthinking the living fuck out of it because nobody's that sincere. And I can't break out of it. It's so ingrained into everything I do that I will probably never fully assimilate into this culture. I will never be a part of anybody's group here. Because anything said in English will be double, triple, and quadruple checked for the meaning behind the meaning, and then run it through the sarcasm check. To put a end point on this, is a lot of people have said, oh yeah, we're buddies, we're friends, we're teammates, I got your back. I heard that shit in the States. And the moment something bad happened, I was turned on. I was turned on jobs, on actual football teams, in social groups. People would swear that they had my back, but barely anybody did. People ask why I'm with Aaron. And I'm like, because he's the only one that never left. And nobody fucking understands it. Because they don't understand what it's like